What up? What up? What up?
What's good, Miss Guided Host?
Yes, on this lovely day, you know, you see the sun behind us, bright and shining and stuff.
Or whatever.
Hopefully y'all are having a great day, had a great weekend, a great holiday weekend. Hopefully you got them 3 days off, you know, amen, hallelujah.
Yes, yes. Welcome back to another episode of Like I Was Saying podcast.
Yes.
With your girl,
Velvet, and your girl,
Fee Baby.
Yes, amen.
Yes, yes. Speaking of this 3-day weekend, this last week, how's yours been?
You know, pretty good. I'm trying to think of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hung out with your girl. You know, those are normal things.
Oh, yeah. Best friend came into town.
For his birthday-ish, weekend-ish, kind of.
Maybe.
Made a seafood boil, and everybody said they liked it, so hopefully it was the truth. It was a lot.
It was cool, whatever.
Anyway, she was tearing them potatoes up.
I love potatoes from a seafood boil, boy. Love me some potatoes from a
They
seafood
were
boil.
good, yeah. They were so
like
good.
an apple.
Yes, it was so good. So that was good. Played. I'm trying to think. Oh, we did play games. I was like, did we even really
The
play
beginning
games?
of the day.
Oh, we went to Tiki's again with my best friend and one of my other good friends, and we all had some mimosas. They was pouring them things up like usual, and that's why we go there.
Yes.
And we ate a little bit, and then we just came back after that. Really, I'm trying to think. What we did. Yeah.
We took a nap.
Oh, and that was awesome. I thought my nap was going to be the longest, but her and best friend took the longest nap. They was out for a long time.
Yeah, I was knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I was like, I thought we was going to wake up, and no, it was like, why you up so early? Oh, my bad.
I know you lied. He was talking about, I'm going to take a 20-minute nap. I said, huh?
Yeah, he was full of shit. I was out by that time.
I think we were asleep for like 2 hours.
Yes.
At the end of it.
And I definitely was not. I think I slept for an hour and then tried to go back to sleep after they told me to go, and then I just played on my phone. Then I got up and started preparing dinner. But yeah, that was good. Everybody came over, chill, had a good time. And then that was Saturday, Sunday. I just chilled for a bit. My best friend left to go to his family's because his brother's in town from, I believe, Germany.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in the military, so they haven't seen him in years. So that was a whole thing. And then yesterday went to a kid's birthday party, chilled, got to meet some new people, and yeah. What about yourself?
Well, as you mentioned, Saturday. With you all day Saturday. Sunday, I spent with my nephew. Had him for the majority of the day. Let my sister kind of do her thing. To be an individual versus a mother.
You know, that's a wonderful thing.
For the day. And then Monday, I was at the same kid's birthday party as yourself. I brought my nieces with me to that one.
They were having a blast.
Yes, they were having a blast. They were so tired by the end of the day. At least the younger of the two was.
Oh, really?
By the end of the day, yeah. She was crashing and had the nastiest little attitude I've ever seen just because she was so tired. So,
go your lay your ass back.
Yeah, I said, just come here, baby. Just relax. Just relax. It's going to be okay. Baby. It's okay. It's okay. I'm like, I can't even be mad. I've had her literally all over the place, bouncing around in the sun, playing. So you can't be mad at the kids when they start getting there, getting cranky. Yeah.
It's time to take a nap. By nap, I mean go to bed.
Yeah. So that was really the weekend. Spent it really with family, friends. It was a nice, cute weekend. Spending with people. So... yeah, and now we here, back to reality, back to work.
You know, cute little outfit on and shit. It's cute.
I keep trying to shake my boobs, but I shake my shoulders instead.
Go away. I'm done. Go away. Anyways, hopefully y'all had a great, like I said, 3-day weekend. If not 3-day, at least hopefully a 2. If not, I'm sorry.
Write a letter.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoy y'all's weekend, got to relax, got some sun, or, you know, whatever you like to do, you know. So yeah, I guess we're just going to hop on in a bit today.
Yes, we've got topics.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So one of the first most noticeable ones that has sent a lot of ripples and shockwaves is some legislation that went into effect in Texas.
Oh, the abortion law.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks and older, you were unable to get an abortion in Texas.
And most people don't even find out till that time.
Yes.
Ain't that crazy?
It is illegal, and anybody who is found to be in assist of the abortion can then be held responsible as well. I was seeing, i.e., example of if you caught an Uber to the abortion clinic, the Uber driver could be held partially responsible for or be charged with aiding in getting the abortion. So it's almost as if, I'm trying to remember how they compared it, saying that they make it, more punishable for an abortion versus finding someone or holding terrorists responsible.
Which is stupid.
It's absolutely crazy. It's very unfortunate that women's body continue just to be policed.
By non-motherfucking women.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
Non-motherfucking women.
Absolutely.
How? I just don't get it. How? I just don't get how it's a right, especially with the laws and the other shit that we have, the amendments and all that other bullshit that we got. But you can tell someone that they can't do this.
Right. Apparently, the Biden administration right now is looking into it of
what they're allowed to do?
The legality piece of it, because of Roe versus Wade. It seems to be infringing upon the Supreme Court ruling upon that, so it wouldn't potentially make it able to do so. So we shall see what comes of that. It's just very unfortunate. Yeah, it's super crazy. Between the stuff that was going on previously, like with Georgia a couple years ago, with trying to put into effect abortion laws. I think Florida was in there too. I just don't understand
why people. Why? I really want to sit down with these people and just ask, why do you feel that it's necessary to come up with these particular laws? I just really want to know. A lot of times I think it's probably because of religion or whatever, or some people just like to, I don't know.
I think it's religion, but you're supposed to have that separation of church and state, so I don't understand how they're able to make those type of judgment calls and get away with it, again, with it having a lot of foundation in religion, and, the fundamental piece is supposed to be the separation of the two, but obviously they have, God bless America, so there's a lot of overlap in that, and I don't understand how that continues to be a thing.
I wish I could answer. I really have zero idea at all, because one, I feel bad for women overall, because this affects women overall, but especially the ones that go through something and how they become pregnant.
Yeah, there's absolutely no type of exception for rape, molestation,
which
incest.
Is crazy. So if your uncle has sex with your 13-year-old daughter, then she can't get an abortion.
No. So it's going to disproportionately affect women of color as well, with having access to certain resources, and it's very unfortunate. And I think it's more targets in that area versus wanting to admit that it's not just a religion piece.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. People are going to do things that's going to harm themselves.
And that's another a very unfortunate part, is that there are going to be people who are going to go harm different avenues.
That is going to either harm themselves.
Back alley clinics.
That.
Or at-home remedies.
That. And then it's a whole other ball game of things.
Themselves at risk, their own life
exactly.
at risk.
So then that just puts people in hospitals, which hospitals are already overrun by COVID cases and other crazy things going on in the world. So it's like, it's just what's going to be a backlog of shit. It's just going to be a whole big-ass shit show. And then they went ahead and said, you know what, we're going to take away the rights of women to have abortions after 6 weeks, which, again, most people don't find out until after then. And then let's go ahead and just say, everybody can carry a gun.
Yeah. Texas has now implemented that you don't need to be licensed or have had any type of training in order to carry a gun publicly.
So it's just, they're like, we're just going to put all this crazy shit in one and just say yes to everything. That's not doesn't make sense.
Texas put in an application to secede from the United States. I think we need to grant them their wish and let them be their own separate country at this point. Put Texas and Florida, let them be their own country at this point. Because y'all just do whatever the fuck y'all want.
Wanna go visit.
They absolutely do whatever they want. Put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy over the decisions that they make. It's just ridiculous. I'm not sure how they're able to continue being so damn wild and the way they are and remain unchecked. There are certain things that is weird to me that are allowed to be state decisions versus federal. I think guns by hugers is very much one of those things.
And I would probably have to say this abortion thing is also one, because again it goes against, I think, again, the federal law. I thought you couldn't go against what the federal laws were.
Not supposed to. I'm not sure if they probably found some type of loophole or something, because there was a blockade to continue to postpone the decision that was being made, and it never got renewed to be able to have it postponed for the decision. Essentially, it's like a filibuster type thing. But it didn't get renewed in order for it to not go into effect. And
so someone dropped the ball.
Or they just didn't want to block it.
Or that. Which is crazy. I wonder how many women are in the room when they make these decisions.
It's very few, and usually it's predominantly, if not 100%, white men.
That's crazy.
Yeah, overwhelmingly when you see the cabinet that makes these decisions, the people who are ruling on it, it's old white men.
I just really wonder, like, if they think, all right, what if my granddaughter, because if they're old, they probably have grandchildren at the time, my 14-year-old granddaughter gets raped, then she can't have an abortion?
I mean, not even worst case scenario.
Yeah, but
even if I just have a child, like I become pregnant.
Yeah,
like,
but they don't care about that, because all they're going to think about is that, oh, you had sex, and that's where that religion comes into play. But that's why I try to go to the worst case scenario. Like, do you even think about the worst case scenario?
They do. They absolutely do, and they don't care.
That's crazy.
Because in their situation, also, those worst case scenarios can never happen to them. That's also why they don't care about those worst case scenarios, because it's always it won't happen to me complex. So I'm going to put this in here in this legislation, and it's okay. I don't, in rape situations, that doesn't really, because no one in my immediate family is going to, there's not going to be, my daughter's going to be wandering somewhere in a suspicious place, because in their minds, that's the only situation.
So not in college where it happens.
Right. So not in a place where they can be with entrusted family and friends and someone take advantage of them. They typically predominantly, associate that with thuggish criminal activity. And of course, their little white daughters and nieces are never going to be in that situation.
Which is, okay.
That's where they go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this worst case scenario is
crazy.
for them.
And then when that shit happens, what y'all gonna do?
So hopefully they do look into that further. On all accounts, again, Texas is just doing what the fuck it wants to at this point.
It just absolutely is doing some bullshit.
And it's completely unchecked.
Well, they're stupid. I don't even talk about
Yep. So moving from that
to some other dumb shit. So apparently celebrities like to sell they undergarment?
They're used undergarments, and I believe potentially unwashed.
So is it similar to like the way that what's her name was selling her pussy smell?
So there's a difference between Erykah Badu selling a candle that smells like her pussy, an incense that smells like her pussy,
to the physical
and someone taking off the actual drawers
and
mailing it to you.
But then
someone said that's how COVID started.
There's a high possibility. There are definitely nasty people out there, though. It's just like when people used to sell like shoes and shit that So, but underwear non-wash, underwear used. I just no. Yeah. And you know how much I love J. Cole. Hell no.
You want to pay for a used pair of boxers?
Nigga, motherfucking no.
What if someone bought it for you? Would you want it?
That's nasty.
You don't want to hear it?
No, I don't want that. No, that's nasty. One, hopefully he or she or whomever washes their shit. But still, you don't know what they've been doing in that shit. Was they out working out in it and it smelled like whatever?
Someone mentioned that. But I think that's a possibility.
Like, or they just put it on for 5 seconds and took it off and it said X, Y, and Z. Like, you don't know what they do in it. Like, I just know. No person in this world.
I'm also trying to think about what mindset you have to be in to be the person selling it. Not the person purchasing it. Because the whole entire stigma is that person that you're weird, you're this, you're that, you're obsessed. But, like, what type of mindset do you have to be in to be like, I want someone to purchase
I think it's probably because someone said something about it. I don't think they just thought. Again, you never know, but I don't think they just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Even if you're approached by a company, even if a company approaches you, what
money
in your
money?
So we all understand there's like real things as far as like stalkers and stuff like that
absolutely.
are concerned. You don't think that allowing them access to that is another level of what they may perceive as intimacy, and then drive it further to attempt
There's a high possibility. But again, just like with the legislation and shit, people think about it and then they do it.
What they want.
Because money is a powerful gosh darn thing. And if she or he or whoever can sell their shit for how many ever thousands of dollars, because I'm quite sure it's not going for $50.
Nah, some people may.
Yes, some people's may, but I'm quite sure it's not going. Because I'm quite sure they're not just buying underwear from Walmart. I'm quite sure it's some type of elegant looking underwear that they got. It may be from even Shein and shit. I don't know. But they're going to take into account how much they paid for it, their time that they used for whatever they physically did and whatever. And I'm quite sure it's going to be even get nastier, where now they're just in the underwear. Some people are going to want them coming in the underwear. So it's going to get to those things. So that's effort, and so that shit's gonna go for thousands of dollars of whoever it may be, and so that's money in their pocket. They spent, let's say, $100 on the underwear, and then it was time to do X, Y, and Z. So that's a couple $100 of their time, and then if they had to come in it, then that's time for that and all this other shit. And yep, that's $1,000 right there. So for the $100 underwear that they bought, they now got $900 profit. It's interesting. Yep, I would not. Would you ever?
No. I have zero interest in that.
So you wouldn't do either buy or sell?
No. Again, in my mind, even as a seller, it like just kind of conjugates ideas of like stalkery.
Could you imagine Beyonce doing it? Internet broke though, but do you understand? Internet broke.
Yeah, I could.
There's women that's gonna buy that shit. They ain't lesbians. There's men that's gonna buy that shit. There's gay or straight. It's literally.
Maybe the man was at her concert. The gay men. So.
Yes. So there are gonna be so many people. Beyonce would have broken the internet. That's it. Just like if she would ever did a OnlyFans, it's over. Even if it wasn't that nasty, it's Beyonce. She could just be up there talking and charge $100, and bitches would pay up.
Yeah.
Outside of me, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. You know, y'all make your money how you make it, I guess. I don't know what else to say to that. I have no idea what else.
The only situation maybe I would see like it being and playing into it is if you are in the adult industry. Then at that point it would make more sense for me. Because that is something that, you know.
You're already knowing.
Yeah.
And people are already sniffing your underwear.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like it makes more sense. It kind of plays into a bigger picture. You know. The
sales and all that stuff. Okay.
And could encourage people more to participate and watch and things like that.
And then while they have your underwear and watching your thing, they're thinking about you on, okay, I can see it.
That's a sex toy line as well.
Yep.
It could be a whole thing.
Fact.
That's the only time I think it would be, because I don't know if I feel like it would heighten as much of a stalking sense for me at that point, because they associate you with sex, but the underwear period just starts to sexualize a person in a way that's more than what you may have been doing in your mind already.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just kind of
your own little thought on that bit.
Yeah. Talking about, you know, sexes and being with children.
Oh my God, you a child.
You absolutely know better. You 100% know better. I'd chop you in the throat just to sit next to me. No.
My bad. You said pray and that's.
But Lil Nas X has defied all odds.
And he's pregnant. Oh my God.
Congratulations.
On his video. Not in real life, bitch. Not in real life, but yes. Was it video or pictures?
No, it was like another step to like
promote his thing.
Promote his album, yeah.
It was hilarious because it came off the Drake thing.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. But you know what? Boosie lost his motherfucking mind over it.
Boosie was mind over anything.
Lost his mind. He is attached to Lil Nas X.
And it's very interesting
At the
Most people
motherfucking
would
hip.
say that when you're attached in that manner,
You're obsessive in that manner.
there's always something underlining because of it. Not saying anything, but just saying something.
That is the truth. That is absolutely correct. I would think that is something that a lot of people insinuate. That's not my place to, want to question someone else's sexuality. But it does leave for
some questions.
Some questions. It's very curious to me as to why he thinks that Lil Nas X's presence in the media somehow threatens children's sexuality. It guides them in a specific way, or having that imagery.
But it don't, because kids can find it literally anywhere.
Right.
There's porn that they do all that shit in. And kids, guess what they're going to look at when they get to that part where they are, trying to find, all of that shit.
Not even sexuality curious, just sexually curious.
Shit gonna pop up. If I pull up something, some lesbian shit gonna pop up. I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy. I'm not looking at lesbian porn.
Right.
But that's what pops up.
But another thing is, sexuality isn't about curiosity. Sexuality is innate in who you are. It's ingrained with who you are. So
just because
it's something that you may be exposed to does not mean that it's going to predispose you to and make you a certain way.
Exactly, because otherwise I've definitely seen a whole bunch of shit in my life. And
absolutely. I prefer lesbian porn.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it at all.
But
I definitely have watched lesbian porn because it's just something different that they do. It's different things that are in there that you don't get when you have the heterosexual porn.
Absolutely. They focus on the clit stimulation and they be down there giving head way longer than they do in hetero porn.
Exactly.
Hetero porn be like this for the female head.
Or even if they do it.
Exactly.
They don't even do it.
If they give the woman head at all, and if they do it, it's like this, where her
except
giving
for my
him
boo
head.
that I watch, because he be going.
He be down there.
Baby. Woo!
Man get head for 10 minutes.
God damn, the whole it's an hour porn and 30 minutes is head. And you're like, all right.
Woman gets it for 30 seconds and then it changes.
So like, no, let that clip, bitch. Let that clip, bitch.
Right.
Right.
So again, that just goes to tell, and it's not even, Lil Nas is not, that's even on the extreme side. He's not physically showing sex to anybody. He is just showing his sexuality. He is doing what any hetero person is allowed to do in the media.
Yeah.
But because he deviates from it, it is frowned upon.
Well, you already know how our feelings are about it anyway, so you have to be free. I'm all open and I'm okay with being free and who you are. And yes, we used to watch bitches shake their ass, tip drill video. Like that was the whole thing.
I don't get it. He perpetuates everything that is so negative about how the baby got himself in trouble. He does nothing but perpetuate why and where someone like the baby coming up could have gathered those views from. Because it's again, he literally just doesn't even attack Lil Nas X. Any airtime he has is attacking him. His Breakfast Club interview he did last time was literally continuing to shun Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X over things that he has said.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe you are struggling with your sexuality or something.
Or maybe you need to be more focused on your music career. You got a lot of time in your hands, young man. You have a lot of time in your hands.
I don't know. I'm not really a Boosie fan, so I can't really say anything about that.
Someone says it's not okay for Lil Nas X to be who he is purely in his life, but you can have multiple children with multiple women. You can expose your son and technically have him molested as underage. And there's a whole slew of things wrong with your background. But you have the ability, just because he is homosexual, to point your finger at him. But you are one of the most problematic people.
I think he just has some inside issues and he got to work them out. There's something internally going on. There's a battle within. And whenever there's a battle within, you need to work it out. Like we always talk about on, like I was saying, podcasts. Mental is important.
Talk to someone. Figure out why you are so fixated.
Because there's something, baby. I don't know what it is. I can only think and guess. But there's something going on within. Figure out what's within.
How you gonna win?
If you don't figure out what's within. Amen. Yeah. So, anyways, off of that bullshit and more on to...
Well, we're gonna keep on trying with this pregnancy.
Okay. Okay, Dani Leigh had a baby.
Dani Leigh had her baby.
I wonder if the daddy was there.
So the only reason that I'm aware that Dani had her baby is because she posted pictures no longer with the baby bump. So there are no pictures of the child whatsoever so far. There's no confirmation.
Old pictures?
No, these are current pictures.
Okay.
These are her post-baby body.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's no confirmation on the father of the child at this point. And there's no photo of the baby either. So just curious. I mean, everyone talks about being, having the right to privacy, but then, when you put so much of your life in the public, so it wasn't even like prior to her pregnancy, her private life was private. Her private life was very much public. And of course, at any point, you have the right to, renege on that. But, like, at the same time, like, come on.
At least show the baby. I want to see the baby.
You want to see the baby?
No, I really meant the baby, though. So,
something tells me we'll find out that to be the
whoever the daddy is.
Yeah, when it does come to light.
Well, hopefully,
Hopefully they can figure out co-parent. If he is the father, co-parent amicably.
Yes, hopefully. That's always important. It's always about the child at that point.
Yes. So just want to make sure we touch base on that.
So congratulations.
Absolutely. Congrats Lil Nas X and Dani Leigh.
I wonder when Lil Nas gonna have his baby.
Probably September 17th when the album drops.
Fact.
So we were together yesterday, and we were at the birthday party, and I happened to be scrolling, and I saw some very devastating news. Mr. Michael K. Williams has been confirmed dead.
Yeah. Found in his hotel.
He was found in his hotel.
Home, sorry.
Yeah,
home.
He was found in his apartment, unresponsive, and had died. First and foremost, so sorry for his family, his friends, their loss. I don't think there's been any confirmation of his cause of death. I think there's been a lot of speculation about drugs. I've seen somewhere specifically heroin and fentanyl, which unfortunately that is what's going on right now. I've been seeing a lot of articles about like cocaine being laced with fentanyl unknown to the users and them dying of overdoses because of it. But overall, regardless of what the cause is, that unfortunately is very sad to hear.
It is. And
especially if he was going through something that maybe, if it was any type of substance related, if he was using due to something he was dealing with. Because you don't always want to necessarily stigmatize drug usage as being a negative thing, but hopefully it wasn't being used as a way to cope or deal with something that he wasn't letting other people in on. He had such an outpouring of like love on social media from people who had different and various projects with him, worked with him, were friends with him. So definitely another one of those sudden.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unexpected.
And I was just watching the show with him on it the other day, and me and the best friend was watching it. So I don't even know. I do pray for the family because it's definitely going to be a hard time. We all going to go through hard times for sure.
Another loss for the community, absolutely.
Yeah, and so hopefully the family can get through it. It's going to take time, but condolences for sure.
Yep.
It's definitely sad. So yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, 2020 and 2021 are definitely have taken
terrible.
A lot of people, a lot of staples, a lot of important people in the community, or have had an impact.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways.
It's been terrible. I don't even know. And it's going to be 2022, and hopefully it starts off way better. I just don't know.
I'm ready to be in 2024.
2024 was
I am guessing by 2022 we are not going to be out of COVID. 2022 we're still very much going to be there. I am hoping that by 2024 we have gotten our lives together and we are out of COVID. And we can gain some type of consistency in what our lives are going to look like.
Our new normal?
I don't like that word. I don't know why.
Okay.
Something about it.
Something.
Either people say, I'm going to go back to normal or the new normal. I just want to get back to more consistency and not having to wear my mask everywhere I go.
Good luck with
I'll be a part of the fight while it's here, but when it's gone, I'll be so happy.
I don't know if that's going to happen. They're still going to make us wear masks.
Yeah, I hope that's not an
Hopefully
indefinite
it doesn't
thing.
become like Crazy Mass, but like in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
Or like the movie that came out on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it, but it was basically around something similar to what we're going through. And then, you know, you had to have a chip or something to be able to go out into the world, or you couldn't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing. Yeah, so I'm like, hopefully it doesn't get to that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Hope not.
Hopefully it does not get to that piece. So that's where I definitely get worried. It's going to be interesting. So.
Okay.
But yeah. So again, condolences to his family and friends, and definitely be probably a celebration of his life. So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and scooch your booch to
Scooches to the booches.
our main topic of the day.
Oh my god. Okay.
So, when establishing, you know, a new venture, whether that be a business, whether that, you know, being just a hobby in general that you take more seriously and start to, you know, evolve from that, do you think it's a requirement, one, for your friends and family to support? And that's not just purchase, but that's also and or to share the information, make it to where other people who they may have access to, connections to, have information about it. So let's start there. Is it a requirement for those who support you to support your business in whatever way that is?
So requirement.
You hold on. You made the question.
I know.
You put the word mandatory there.
I know, and that's why I did it, because I was like, ooh, I kept battling with it, and that's why I think I put that there to have the conversation. A requirement or mandatory, it just sounds so permanent. But I would have to say, I don't think that it is a requirement, because no one is required to do anything. However, I feel like they should. So I don't know if I'm just changing the words, but I feel like they should. Like, just like if my family is doing something, I would do it, even necessarily if it's not something that I would need or want. It would be the second thing. Like if it's not something, like if they have some shampoo or some shit, I don't know, that they use, but it's more to help, you know, curly hair people or straight hair people. I have lots, so shit ain't gonna work for me. But I have friends that have straight or curly hair, whatever it may be, that may assist them in whatever it is. So then I would share the information. So again, I don't think it's a requirement. However, as family or friends, I feel like you should.
So, even better question. How have you felt about, I'm going to ask two separate ones.
Okay.
How do you feel about your friends and family support of the podcast?
Some of them have supported, and some of them have not. So the ones that have supported, obviously I'm like, you know, thank you, X, Y, and Z, and they put plugs in, you know, and I have, shared it on social media. So very helpful. And even if someone doesn't click on it, still, I don't feel like it takes a lot of effort for you to support your family and or friends. Again, that's just my opinion. But I do have some family/friends that have not done it at all. And at first I was definitely upset. Like, why won't you support it? And again, even if it's not for you, and we talk about some wild shit on here, so I definitely have family members that are heavy into the Bible and religion and stuff like that.
Or like modest.
All of that. And so stuff we talk about, they're not going to dig, but you still can support by spreading like, hey, my niece or blah, blah, blah has a podcast. Go check it out.
Right.
It's not my cup of tea, but, you know. Even if you want to say something funny, y'all heathens out there might like it. Okay, cool, thanks.
Right.
You still shared it.
Right.
Even if you was trying to be salty or whatever, thank you.
Right.
I appreciate it. So I don't know, but yes.
Okay. What about your book?
I feel like I've actually got more support on that than the podcast.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And I could potentially understand it as well.
Why?
Well, one, it's a much more palatable thing that you are promoting. Not many people are very familiar with what podcasts are. To start with, the content can be very specific toward a specific group of people. And also, this can put money in your pocket. Not many people look at a podcast and think, monetary or...
But it can.
It can. It definitely can. But also, the podcast is kind of linked to somebody else. They don't necessarily maybe just see it as just you. They may see it as like a group thing, so it may not have as much sense of urgency potentially to support it, as much as like, this has your name on it. This is yours. By the way, don't forget, book right here.
Plug.
On Amazon.
On Amazon.
Go get it. I need you to let them know what the name is on that, because it's not going to say Velvet. It's not going to say your actual name.
ABC Learn to Write Workbook by Shantara. The Chantara.
Girl, I don't write that fast.
And an F.
You got to slow down. It's what?
Chantara.
Great.
And F, period.
Yes. I was about to say, what's the F stand for?
Go away. Yes.
It was a real life question I was going to ask.
And I would not have answered it. That's why it says F.
But I've seen a lot, specifically like on social media, TikToks, where it says that, unfortunately, don't get discouraged by not having the support of your friends and your family, that your real support is going to come from people you don't even know. Which, that is very hard to stomach.
Yeah.
That is very hard to stomach, regardless of what is the commonality, because of what you think you built for in terms of like your tribe, your people, your support system, and for them not to show up when you're pouring the most of yourself into something, and especially when they want it to be reciprocated to them.
Absolutely.
So that is something that is definitely upsetting.
Yeah. I feel like even if they don't, because some people, like I have a friend that's not into any of this stuff. Like all they want to do is, work, make money, and that's it. So they're not going to have extra projects, X, Y, and Z. But even as a person that you may not get that same support back in relation to this, entrepreneurship or whatever it may be, you still, I feel like you should support if you are a friend, or even if you are a close family. That's just, again, maybe it's just because I feel like even if I wasn't doing it and I was that person that, I'm, want to make my money and that's it. I don't want to do nothing extra. I want to go to work, get off, and that's my life.
Right.
But if my friend was like, hey, I wrote a book, or hey, I'm doing this podcast, even if I don't fucking listen to podcasts, all right, I'm going to download, the thing, and I'll share it. And even if I don't listen to the podcast all the way through, I'll at least click on that bitch so that shit runs through.
Right. Do something to benefit
exactly.
and to support.
Like, it doesn't even have to be something where you spend money. Like, you're not spending money on clicking on a damn podcast.
Even the book, even if you don't purchase the book, which ideally you want.
Yes, fact.
But share it. Let everybody know, because maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you don't see the value in you purchasing the book.
Yeah, but a friend absolutely does. At least one friend got a child.
Yeah.
Plug that bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I just, that's just me. But, yes, for you, what are your thoughts on it? Do you feel like it's mandatory or a requirement?
So for me personally, like who I am, I want to see everyone succeed. I want to see everyone live to their full potential. And anytime someone tells me they're doing something, I want to support. Like, and I almost feel like I'm not living up to my end of the bargain if I don't do it. So it is difficult to me and for me when I don't feel that reciprocated. When I have something. The podcast is really predominantly the only thing I've kind of put out into the world and wanted people to take a look at and support. I will say like a good part of my core people really do that. They show the support, whether that's listening, whether that's sharing, whether giving feedback on what they think about what we're putting out. And then there are some people who I don't know if they've listened to a single episode. And again, you don't have the ability to control what anyone else is going to do or how they show up and how they support. So you just got to reason with yourself and just understand not everyone's going to do that. And I've come to the realization, and I've reasoned with myself that doesn't impact my relationship with them.
That was going to be my next question. So do you feel like it impacts your relationship with them? That literally was my question. I was going to say that. That's why I was like, and you kept talking, and I was like, all right, I'm going to let you finish. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
because I feel like I'm such a person that I feel like I always drive like respect and trust, and I feel like those things tie into like that integrity and honesty piece and like the support like that you want to give people. So at first I was real like when there were certain people I was like, I know this person's gonna show out. I know this person's gonna like show up, support, XYZ. And when I wasn't getting that from certain people, I was like, does that have any type of negative reflection? Does that impact the friendship? Does that impact the relationship? Does that like what does that mean?
Okay, so I feel different. I feel like it does. And it's not saying that we wouldn't be friends. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm cutting you off because you ain't support. I just feel like, okay, so why aren't you? So that's a conversation, like I said, that I've had to have with someone. Like, I just want to know why. Like, all right, cool. If you're busy, I get it. You know, everybody's busy, got shit going on. But I'm just curious on, you know, again, it doesn't have to be a physical, you have to spend money. People ain't got a lot of money, you know. They may not. So they may not have the money to spend on it. But you can, like I said, you can literally click on the podcast, even if it's not for the book. You can click on it. You can share it. You are on social media every goddamn day. So why can't you physically? I posted it. All you have to do is either screenshot it or just share it, depending on what fucking platform that you're on. So you can't do that. My question is why?
Right. I understand.
So to me, like, it definitely makes me look at you in a different way. Like, why aren't you supporting me? And again, it doesn't have to be monetary, but why can't you just click on it? Like, there's some, one of my friends, they do this exercise thing. I probably will never go to that motherfucking class. It's just not for me. Maybe when I'm, you know, really into exercising, because she work hard and she gonna bust your ass. And I don't want to go there and be like, bitch, I'm done in 10 minutes. You know, I appreciate it. And again, it could just be that. But however, I will support it. I'm going to go ahead, share it. I'm going to like it. All right, she got a new thing now.
Right.
She posted this shit. There it is. Do what you do. X, Y, and Z. It's just not for me at this time of my life.
Right.
But that's just still supporting it. Talking about it like I am right now on the podcast.
Right.
Talking about it because that's something she's doing. She's trying to make money off of it. I support anyone trying to make money.
Right.
That's what you do. All right, cool. So it's just, I don't know. I feel some type of way. Again, like why? Why can't you do it?
Yeah.
Especially because you're on social media every day. So then that just feels like, okay, so either our friendship is not the way that I thought it was, or you're not supporting me because of something. Is it jealousy? Is it like you're trying to do something, but you haven't done it yet, so you don't want to support someone else until you get. Those are usually the reasons, but that shouldn't be the reason why you don't support me.
Yeah, that's a real.
So yeah, I would have to.
That's a real tough one.
Yeah.
That's a.
It don't affect Joel, but it definitely do mine. I ain't gonna stop talking to you, but we ain't on the same level anymore.
Yeah, because I've also been keying and paying attention to when other people announce things. And the type of support they either may or may not be getting. There was recently, I would consider more of acquaintance. I haven't seen this individual since like elementary, maybe middle school, and we recently found each other on social media. But they just recently branched out into the real estate world.
Okay.
And, you know, I mentioned them in my story, like, hey guys, check it out, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. I think I saw 2 other people make a story about her, because obviously you reshare anything that anybody mentions you in. I think only 2 other people. Of course, probably her comments in the photo itself, which does nothing to help the person, were flooded with congratulations. But only myself and maybe 2 other people took the time to share it, to let people from our platform be able to see. So and I know that she had a lot of ties, and she had a lot of connections, and to see that she wasn't even garnished with a lot of recognition, I was like, so it's not a one-off thing, and for some reason it's the nasty piece of just doing your own thing. And the support is not, again, because I'm not a close friend of hers whatsoever. We communicate about plants. That's about it. We talk about plants. We do not have any form of a close relationship whatsoever. And so that kind of also shows that it's not the people in your core circle that's going to be your hype people and going to be the people who help you out the most in the long run. So just kind of reason for me not to take it personal.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll grow up like you one day, but it ain't happening today.
I've got a lot of ways about me.
Well, I don't really know how to say growing up, but yes.
I've got a lot of ways about me that I try to undo, and that's something I try to nip in the bud very, very early, because there's a lot of ways I look and detach myself from people based on actions, and I didn't want that to become one of them.
Well, I wouldn't say it's detaching. It's
No. You may not do that.
Oh,
I will absolutely do that, because I'll take it personal in that way.
Well, okay, yes.
I'll
also think that it is personal. So I feel.
But if this is something that is not just a one-off, if this is something that happens to any and every person that ventures out on their own, can you really take it personal at that point?
Yeah, because these are my personal friends. There's not. Yeah, so it's me personally doing something. So I feel like at that point it is a personal. Like, I don't know. Again, that's just me. And like I said, I haven't cut anybody off. Like I said, I just had a conversation like, why aren't you? And at that point, the person did tell me, they were like, I've been wanting to venture out forever, and I saw you doing it, and I was jealous. And I was like, there's no reason to be jealous. Like, you can literally do your thing. It has nothing to do with me. Even if you're going to publish the same goddamn similar book to mine, I'm still going to support you. That's just what it is. All right, cool. Oh, girl, I probably would have said something funny, trying to bite my style or whatever, and, made it funny, but I still would have supported your ass. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But again, I also have to realize that people aren't me. Even though I feel like the people in my circle should be similar to me, and those people, for sure, if they did not, the particular people in my circle, like outside is like whatever, but the particular people in my circle, and they should know who they is, did not support me, then I absolutely have a problem. Like if you just associate, that is what it is. But if I physically call you a friend, and we have that type of communication or connection or whatever it is, then I feel like I should be getting that support from you.
No, I get it.
And if not, then again, that's where that conversation come in and lie, and then we're gonna have to, talk about it.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I completely
we're gonna have to
get
talk about it. So yeah, that's just the piece of it that I don't know. I just had to talk about that because actually the girl that I was talking about that does the exercise thing, she was talking about this on one of her, I don't think it was a live, but one of her things, and I was like, that's very interesting. She talked about it, I think, like a week ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, you have to realize that, the people you think are going to support you ain't going to support you, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this is a really good topic.
It is. It absolutely is. That was one of the main things that when we started this, I was hesitant. I'm like, I don't really know. I'm not a venture out type person. I don't have large connections and networking. And so I was like, when we first start, we're really going to be heavily relying on the people that we know to get kind of started.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I'm just relying on that, with what the normative is, I was like, what does that mean for the podcast? Are we going to get the support? Are people going to be, loyal to it? Are they going to listen? Are we going to have reoccurring people? Which we have.
Facts. Miss got that hose in.
We're so happy about it. But that was definitely a huge concern that I had when we first started having the conversation. Is were people going to show up? Were they going to support?
Or were they not? Yeah.
And how I was going to feel
if they
didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I would have to say the people in my circle definitely did. But I think it's also because they know me, and outside of one person, and they know me, and that's about it. And you gonna support or not, and then I guess we're gonna have a conversation about that bitch, and then we're gonna have to see of the reason of why, because usually there is a reason, especially if they're in your circle. Otherwise, again, it's just associates. But we appreciate everyone that has shared, commented, told people about it. We like to grow. Sometimes we're stagnant with the people. However, it's just a continuous thing. And you never know. One day we might be on fucking radio or some shit. And we were like, and our misguided hoes from day one, we shouting y'all out. Ow.
Y'all know who y'all are.
Facts. We might have to go back and look up names. You'll be like, at X, Y, and Z, show out since day one.
Facts. Biggity.
Facts. So you never know.
Yeah.
But yes, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's all I got for us today. What about you? You got anything you want to add there?
No. Y'all are just beautiful people out there. Enjoy your life. Enjoy
this rest of summer.
Exactly, the little bit of summer. And that's really about it. Yeah. So yes.
As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell everybody.
Yes.
Tell everybody. And of course, the motto is life is tough, my dear, but so are
you. Woo, 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 woo. Well, that was a good one.
Is anyone a little ding ding?
And just remember, each of you are beautiful, and to never stay what?
Stagnant
In your motherfucking life.